The guys who came in, what were their reactions like? Like, what was the first day like? Maybe you talk about that a little bit. Were they just like, oh man?
First day is usually quiet.
Yeah.
No one makes a sound. They're very inquisitive. They want to know what's going on. They don't have no idea what's in store for them. So usually week 2, everyone starts to loosen up. They get a little chatty, and they have to, you know,
lower the boom.
Lower the boom a little bit, make them pay attention. Yeah, we're here to train dogs too.
Yeah.
So it's not just social hours. So we got a lot of work ahead of us, and I keep them moving, keep them working.
Yeah. In terms of the trainer and the dog, I mean, when do you match up the trainer with the dogs? That's something
what I try to do is when we're traveling to the different locations to look at test dogs out, I'll talk to the handlers. I'll get a feel for the handlers. If I can meet them ahead of time, get an idea what the personal life is like, family life, and just get a feel for the person, you know, kind of almost interviewing them so I know what type of dog to match them up with. Is
a lot of what the person's like, does that come out or show do you see that in the dog?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. A lot of dogs will take on the handler's personality a little bit. Oh, if you have an extremely motivated handler, the dog's the same way.
Yeah.
If you get a very laid-back handler, the dog's the same way. They almost become inseparable.
So when you're talking to you're looking at the dog, you're also assessing the trainer, and then are you trying to compare notes to the trainer or the handler?
And the dog.
And the dog to the person the officer you're gonna match him
basically, an example of that, if I have a very low-key, very mellow person that's not excited, I get him the most hyper dog I can find. Because the dog's going to make up for what he lacks. Absolutely. Or what she lacks.
Yeah.
And a handler that's a little bit over the top, a little bit too excitable, I get him a mellow dog. And then there's a happy balance as the training goes. So
that's interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Now, do you ever have a situation where the dog, for whatever the reason, just doesn't work out?
Yeah, absolutely. Each class that we go through, maybe 1, 2 dogs may fail out. In this particular class of 9 dogs, we had 1 dog fail out 4 weeks into the class.
Okay.
And that dog was...
Was that pretty tough, breaking the news to that particular dog?
Yeah.
You take it kind of hard?
He did. He knew it was coming, though. So I drop hints, you know, a couple of days, and I'll give the dog every opportunity to come around. But when the dog's just not getting it, not motivated, and sometimes it's a bad match between the handler and dog. I'm not perfect at picking them. I'm pretty good at it, but sometimes I make a bad match. And if it's not working out, you know, we'll replace the dog, get another dog, and the tears will be shed. But once you get a dog that's working and performing for you, the other dog you tend to forget about.
Now, as far as the dog and the handler, do you just hook him up with a new dog, or what happens?
Yeah, well, that's why we purchase dogs. We have a guarantee on the dogs to replace them if they don't work out.
Yeah.
Take the dog back to the vendor, and we'll pick up another dog, and we'll start the next day with a new dog.
Wow, interesting stuff. All right, we got a couple minutes left to go here, and again, I just want to kind of maybe a little recap. In terms of what dogs bring to this department, do you ever imagine a day where you'd have a department without a working canine unit?
Not at this point. Our dogs right now are very productive. They've been very successful. The explosive detection dogs with the added, you know, skill of ballistic detection, you can't stop it right now. It's something that's very valuable to the city, very valuable to the department. It's working, it's successful. So I can't see any way that's going away. Our patrol and narcotic dogs have been very successful with their finds, as well as finding a lot of narcotics. So we've got a lot of good officers in the K-9 unit who are very productive, and they're really making a name for themselves and the unit itself.
Last question, is there one call that they see more often than any other? Or they just see, like you said, they see a little bit of everything?
Yeah, we see a little bit of everything.
Okay.
We got it all.
And I know you guys are busy because you hear them on the radio all the time, you know, asking for the K-9 officer. And on any given night, 1 dog covering the city? Do you have 2 dogs covering the city?
Right now, 1 dog. On a good night, we'll have 2 dogs. Okay. And of varieties. We have our bomb dogs and we have our regular patrol dogs. So on a given night, you may have 1 patrol dog, one bomb dog.
So they're working it?
They're working. Yeah, and that 1 dog can go from the time he logs on the air to the time he logs off, call to call to call.
So we probably need some more dogs, you think?
Oh, absolutely.
Always
use more dogs.
All right, next time we have you in, if we can do it, we'd love to bring the dog in.
Absolutely.
But as far as the first time having you in, my friend, thank you so much. No problem. That is tonight's show. For those who watch, thank you so much for tuning in to Call the Cops. Hope you enjoyed learning about the K-9 unit. And again, next time I have my man on, we're going to have the dog in studio. So until next week, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Have a great week and be safe. Good night.